Hello, my dear students. How's it going? Hope everything is really good. In today's lesson, we are going to talk about the present simple tense. Okay, let us get started. First, it says, what is the present simple? So whenever I ask a question, please try to pause your iPad or pause your computer and try to answer the question. Try to answer the question. It doesn't matter whether your answer is correct or not. The most important thing is participation. Try to participate because you will not forget. Okay, when do we use the present simple? It says the present simple tense talks about facts. Okay, facts. The sun rises in the east. This is a fact. So that's why we use present simple. So that's why if you have noticed it in science, mostly they write the text is in the present simple. Why? Because they consider them as facts. Then we have habits and routines. Habits and routines. I drink coffee every morning because you do it every day. So you use present simple. Then permanent situations. He lives in Erbil. The last one, schedules and timetables. The train leaves at 6 p.m. So guys, if you notice in all of them, we have something that it happens over and over and over again. So it repeats. Imagine when you do something for the first time, it's kind of hard to do it, right? But when you do it over and over again, it becomes so simple. So that's why we call it present simple. Put it here. When you do something over and over again, you will get used to it. So it will be normal. It will be so simple for you, right? So present simple means something that happens over and over and over again. I hope it is clear. Then guys, we have structure. What is the rule or what is the formula of the present simple? Try to pause the video and answer the question. Brilliant. For positive form, we have subject and then verb and then object. What is the subject? Try to answer. Good job, the doer. Subject is someone who does something. For example, Sam goes to school. I ask you, who goes to school? You say Sam. So Sam has done something. That's why we say he's subject. Okay, so for subject, we have two things. We have singular and plural. Singular and plural. Singular, it means only one person. But plural, it means more than one person. 2, 3, 4, 5. These are called plural. Okay, singular and plural. Then we have a verb. Verb, it says what? Subject for plural, I, we, you, they. I, you, we, they. These are plural subjects. Then we have base verb, play, go. So base, it means without ed, without ing. Okay, a simple, only simple verb. For example, you say what? I play football every day. They play football every day. We play football every day. You play football every day. Then for singular, she, he, it. So whenever we have only one person, we say this is singular. This is singular. So he, and then base verb like go, we go, play, run, come. But for singular, we should have, guys, this is really important. We should have s or es. S or es for the verb. So whenever we have only one person in the present simple, we should add s or es for the verb if it is one person. So we say what? We say he plays football Every day. Plays, because we have only one person, because our subject is singular, one person. So that's why we add s or es. Okay. Examples: I read books in the evening. I read. I is plural in English, okay? I read. But here, if you look at this, she what? She watches. We have es. Why? Because our subject is she. She is one person. So if it is only one person, we add s or es. I hope it is clear. Okay, for negative, what is the negative form for the present simple? Try to answer it, please. Excellent. So subject plus does or do or does, and then not. Verb base, and the last one object. So for plural, we say I, we, you, they. Do not or don't. The short form is don't. Play football. So for present simple, we need two things which are really, really important, and you have to know them. Also, you have to know the difference between them. Do and does. Do, does. We use do for plural subjects. So whenever our subject is plural, we should add do or don't. But if our subject is singular, we should add does or doesn't. What is plural, teacher? What's singular? I mentioned that. Plural, it means more than one person. As singular, it means only one person. For example, Sam. Sam is one person, so we say he's singular. But Sam and Sarah, we have two. So that's why we say it's plural. So I, we, you, they do not or don't. Don't is the short form. Play football. He or she or it does not or doesn't, the short form, play football. So he doesn't play football. She doesn't play football. It doesn't play football. Guys, if you notice here in play, we have what? We don't have SES. Why? Can you tell me why we don't have SES? We said whenever we have she, he, it, our subject is singular, we should add SES for the verb. But here we don't have SES. Why? Amazing, amazing. Because teacher, we have doesn't or does. Here we have ES. We cannot have two ES in a sentence. We cannot add another S or ES here. If we have SES here, we cannot add it here. So please, if we have does or doesn't in a sentence, we must remove it here. The verb doesn't take SES if we have does or doesn't. This is really important. Please put it here and do not forget that. Examples: I don't eat pizza. They don't go to school. They don't. Because we have plural, our subject is plural, we should add don't. And if it is singular, one person, he doesn't. He doesn't like, not likes. He doesn't like. Why? Because we have does. Okay, if we remove doesn't, we say he likes tea. He likes. We add s. But if we have doesn't, we must remove the s. We make it like. He doesn't like tea. She doesn't like writing, for example. Okay, then questionnaire form. Can you tell me the rule? Great job. So here we have do and does at the beginning of the sentence. This is really important. Whenever you want to make a question in the present simple tense, we must add do or doesn't, and we place them, we put them at the beginning of the sentence. And then we have subject, verb base, object. So here, again, whenever we have our subject is plural, we must add do. Do you play football? Do they play football? Do we play football? Do I play football? Okay. But for singular, if our subject is singular, we add does. This is so clear. Does she play football? Does he play football? Does it play football? Again, why we do not have ses here? Because we have does. We have es here. We cannot add it here as well. We cannot have two es. We have some examples. Do you study English? Do you study English? Does she work? Does she work? Why we cannot say does she works? Because our subject is singular. Great job. Okay, common time expressions for present simple. What is the meaning of time expression? Time expressions, they mean those things, those words that we can recognize the tense by them. So whenever we see, oh, this is present simple, oh, this is past simple, without time expressions, we cannot recognize which tense it is. So for the present simple, whenever we have frequency adverbs, we say this is present simple. Whenever you see always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, or never in a sentence, immediately you say this is present simple. For example, I always drink tea in the morning. I always. So whenever you see always, you say this is present simple. I never have breakfast. I never. So when you see never, you say, oh, this tense is present simple. Okay. After that, we have frequency phrases. Every day, every week, every month. Whenever you see every, this is present simple. Okay. I go to school every day. Every day. When you see every day, this is present simple. Once a week, twice a week, days on Mondays, on Fridays, at the weekend. So why on Mondays we say this is present simple time, a present simple time expression? Why? Because it happens again and again and again and again on Mondays. Not only one Monday. If it is only one Monday, we do not use present simple. But if it happens all the Mondays, so we use present simple. Times of day, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, at night. Those that are really, really important in order to recognize the time, the present simple by them are frequency adverbs, frequency phrases, and days. Okay, days. When to add s or es in present simple? When should we add s or es? Guys, we add s or es only for he, she, it in positive sentences. We talked about that. If it is positive, if our sentence is positive, and in the present simple, of course, and if our subject is singular, she, he, it, or only one name, Ahmed, Ali, then we should add s or es for the verb. So if you look at here, ending of verb, most verbs, we only add s for them, okay? Only add s for most of the verbs. For example, play, plays, read, reads. But if you have verbs ending in o, sh, ch, s, x, z, these letters, okay? So whenever you see that one of these sounds at the end of a verb, we should add es. We should add es. For example, go, goes, watch, watches, fix, fixes. So here, go, our last letter is what? O. So whenever it is O, here we have O. If it is O, we should add what? Es. So we say goes. Ch, watch, watch. Here we have ch. If we have at the end, what should we add? S or ES? ES. Good job. Watch. Fix the same, okay? Okay, verbs ending in consonant. Why? What is the meaning of consonant? In a simple and clear way, we have vowel letters. They are 5. A, I, E, O, U. These are called vowel letters or vowel sounds. Except them, they are called consonant. So N, M, L, these are all consonants, okay? So whenever we have consonant plus Y, we change Y to I and add ES. Example. Study. D is a vowel letter. No, it's not. We said the vowel letters are 5. A, I, E, U, O. Is D one of them? No, D is not one of them. So it's consonant. Consonant plus Y, we add this Y, we change this Y into I. Then we add ES. Study, studies. Carry, R is not a vowel letter. So we make it IES. But verbs ending in vowel, one of the 5 letters that we mentioned, plus Y, we just add S. We do not change Y into I and then add ES. No, that was only for consonant. But for vowel, we only add S. So here it says play, place. Okay, play, place. So here we have A. Okay, A and then Y. So A is a vowel letter. That's why we do not change Y to I and then add ES. So whenever we have a vowel letter before Y, we only add S. Play, place. Enjoy. Here we have O, right? We have O. Here we have O. O plus Y. That's why we add only S. I hope it is clear. Important tips. Always use the base verb after do and does. Please. Never ever add S or ES for singular whenever we have does or doesn't. Okay? After that, it says add SES only for she, it in positive sentences. If it is negative, if it is questioning form, we never ever add SES for the singular subject. Time expressions make present simple clear. So by time expressions, we recognize present simple tense. Okay, now we have exercise, multiple choice. It says she blank to school every day. How can you know that this is present simple or past simple or present continuous, future simple? By what? By time expressions, guys. So we have every, I told you, whenever you see every, this is present simple. So every day is present simple. So every day, we have she. She is singular, right? One person. If it is only one person, we add S and ES. So what do we say? She go, or she goes, or she going, she gone. We haven't talked about gone and going. So go or goes? Answer. Goes. Well then, because we have she is singular, and we should add SES. Go, goes. Good job. Another one. We have a question, okay? Blank, they like chocolate. Do or does? Do or does? We have what? They. So they is singular or plural? Come on. Plural. Good job. Plural. So if it is plural, we should add do. Okay? So we say, do they like chocolate? Do they? Good job. He. This is negative. He blank play football on Fridays. So if whenever I see on Fridays, because it happens all the Fridays, so we say this is present simple. So he is singular. We cannot add don't. See, doesn't. Amazing. Okay, guys. Then we have another one. It says we blank TV every night. Every. I told you, whenever you see every, this is present simple. We is plural. So do we say watches or watch? Watch. Good job. We watch. Amazing. Last one. Does your father? Does your father works? Working, worked. We haven't talked about working, unworked. Leave them. Works or work? You're smart. You have to know this. Work. Why? Because we said whenever we have does or doesn't, we do not add ses. So we say work. Does your father work? We cannot say does your father works. Why? Because we cannot have double s or es. So we cannot say does your father works. We will have two. This is impossible. So we say does your father work? Good job. Fill in the blanks. Use the correct form of the verb in brackets. She blank to the gym on Mondays. She what? She. So here we have on Mondays. On Mondays, it tells us that this is present simple, time expression for present simple. So she is singular. So go becomes goes. Goes. Good job. They not eat meat. They not eat meat. Make it negative. If you know this, it means you're smart. They don't or doesn't. They don't. Good job, because they is plural. They don't eat meat. This is question. Do we say do or does you like swimming? Do you like swimming? Good job, because do is we use it for plural, and you is a plural subject. My brother. My brother. Is it singular or plural? Singular, one person. My brother is one. My brother. Study or studies? Studies. Good job. My brother studies. And guys, because we have consonant plus y, we change this y into IES because this is consonant. But if it was a vowel, we only would add S. We blank not watch TV in the morning. We don't or doesn't. We don't, because our subject is plural. Good job. Correct the mistakes. He don't play football on Sundays. He don't. Don't is wrong. Why? Because don't is, we use it for plural. He doesn't. Good job. Do she work in an office? Do she? This is wrong. Why? Because we should add does, not do. I goes. I goes is wrong because I is plural. We should say I go. They doesn't like coffee. Doesn't is wrong. Why? Because we have to say don't. They don't. My father work in the bank. Is it correct? No. Okay, it is not. But why? Because my father is one person, right? If it is one, so it means this is singular. A singular, we should have, if it is positive, we should have S or ES. So here we have to add S. So we say my father works. Change. This is, in my opinion, this is the most important part of the exercises. So it says positive, change it to questionnaire form. She plays tennis. Make it question. Yalla, do it. Amazing. Does she play tennis? Does, what I said, whenever we have does and doesn't, SES goes away. We remove them, okay? So, does she play tennis? Good job. Negative. We have negative, make it positive. They don't eat fish. And this is simple. Don't, remove don't. They eat fish. Amazing. Positive to negative. I read books. Make it negative. I doesn't read books or I don't read books. I don't. Why? Because I is plural. Okay, it's a singular third person. Change this sentence into singular. Third person, it means she, it. Third person, it means she, he, it. One person. So make it singular. She, for example, she. She watch TV every day. Is that true? No. So we said if it is positive, we have singular subject, we should add ses. She watches. Amazing. Es. She watches TV every